This is the thebisfor podcast, and I'm your host, Bria Villa. Hey y'all, welcome back to the thebisfor podcast. I'm your host, Bria Villa, and today the topic is the one that I feel like people keep asking me about. They keep saying, Bria, you need to talk about this. And it's the one that I've low-key been avoiding and definitely didn't want to talk about alone. So I brought my sister, the literal love of my life. She's back and she's here with me to talk about relationships. It just gives me like a little visceral reaction. I'm like, oh. I think I'm going to throw up. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about being single. We're going to talk about being single as successful, independent women. And I'm so excited to have her because who else should I talk about this with other than the person who literally is side by side with me in the journey all the time, knows my whole dating history. I know her whole dating history. We know our icks. We know the things that we love. Yes. And we're both navigating dating right now together. Mm-hmm. So welcome back.
Thank you.
We feel good.
So good. Love it.
I love that you're doing this.
Yeah,
with me.
Me too.
It's so fun. And honestly, I couldn't do this episode with anyone else.
Of course she dragged me to this episode.
I know, I had to.
No, it's a fun topic. Because we're both doing it together, so it makes the most sense.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so how long have you been single for?
I have been single for well over 2 years now.
Period.
Yeah.
How long have I been single for?
I don't even know.
I don't think. Like a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But before that, it was 7 years.
Yeah.
And then like a little year, I didn't ducked off, but then came back out.
Came right back out.
But, you know, it's been a journey.
Yeah.
For sure. And lessons learned. I definitely learned a lot of lessons from my last relationship that I'm carrying into dating now. Mm-hmm. And I think that there's just, dating is like complex.
Very interesting.
It's the streets.
The streets are
I don't know.
I fear. The streets are not for me.
I just don't know about them anymore. I used to be really street smart. I don't know if I would say I'm street smart at this point in time. Because why have they turned into this?
I've just wandered and I'm lost.
I'm just confused.
I
turned down the wrong road a few times.
Yeah.
And spun the block. Maybe a couple.
And then made a left turn real quick.
And then put it in reverse and back out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like dating is one of those things. It's almost like, and I heard an analogy actually on Mel Robbins' podcast recently. And the guest that she had on was saying like, would you expect to learn how to play piano overnight?
No.
So why do we expect to be good at dating overnight? Mm-hmm. It's like a skill. Like it's like you have to practice it.
You have to
put yourself out there. You have to learn what you like and what you don't like. Mm-hmm. You have to learn your communication styles with people. You have to learn the type of dates that you like to go on. Mm-hmm. Like me personally, I don't want to go see a movie because I literally cannot get to know you.
Talk, yeah.
And so, yeah, practice. But, like, you don't know that until you're in situations like that. And I feel like that one's basic. I feel like everyone's going to be like, well, yeah, we don't, we don't go on movie dates because we know that movie dates suck. But all in all, takes practice. And I feel like we're both in the stage right now where we're going to start practicing.
Yeah.
In your last few years being single.
Yeah.
What would you say is, like, been the hardest part about dating or, like, what's held you back in dating?
I think just for me personally, I was in a relationship for 6.5 years. Mm-hmm. So I gave a lot of time and energy into another person. Mm-hmm. So coming out of that, I'm just at a point now where I'm like kind of selfish with my time. Mm-hmm. And I really, like, yes, I want to get married, have kids, but I really just don't want to date. Or I thought that's what I didn't want because I was pouring so much into myself and healing and just doing everything and anything I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think jumping back into dating has been very interesting, especially being like from Vegas and dating in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
You'll kind of
I'm
get that.
so excited.
Yeah, it's very interesting because it's such a transient city. So there's people just
Here.
constantly in and out.
That aren't actually from here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
don't live here.
Yeah.
Which I oddly like that.
I do too, because it's like that balance of like, okay, we're dating, but then I also get my time back.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
it's
at
hard
the end of the day,
if you like someone.
If I like you, this is going to be like
hard.
Do I want to move? Do you want to move? Like, you know, so it is very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But I think right now I'm just living, I don't know, I've been living life the last 2.5 years. And so what's been hard is giving my time back to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've just been enjoying my own time so much.
Yeah. When you say living life, you are not like outside.
No.
She's been very intentional about just like getting to know herself.
Yeah.
Getting to know what she likes.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's had to unlearn a lot of things that you're still like unlearning.
Yeah.
And you also were in a relationship for a minute before this like 2-year stint that you've had.
Yeah.
But she said to me in the car the other day, she was like, literally the last 2 years of my life have been like the best versions of me.
The best.
Like the best like years of my life. Like I've become so much more of like who I am. And I've seen it in you the last 2 years. And I think that also just comes from leaving a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
And understanding your worth again. But it's really hard to get back into dating.
Very.
When you've like
scary.
been in that for a minute and like you can see how bad things can get.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
But you've done a really good job of like taking care of yourself and like giving yourself time through this process, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't feel like I need to like rush into anything. I mean,
you don't need
the men aren't going anywhere. Like, you know.
They're out there.
They're all there. So yeah, I've just been really enjoying this time. Just learning myself and traveling and doing things that, you know, I've never done before.
That you want to do.
That I want to do. Finding myself. Because you can get so lost being in such a long relationship. You just like become part of that person. And so for so long I was like, who am I?
Yeah.
I literally sat in my therapist's office. I sat in her chair and she's like, okay, like what's going on? And I instantly started crying and I was like, I don't know who I am.
Yeah.
Help me. Like help me find who I am. And here we are.
I appreciate you for saying that because I think that there's probably a lot of women that are listening to this who can relate to that. Like you may be in a relationship and you may not feel like you know who you are anymore.
Yeah.
You may be just getting out of a relationship and you're trying to find who you are again. To me, love is freedom. And like love is someone who allows you to feel fully free to be who you are. And if you're in something where you don't even know who you are anymore, that's the opposite of freedom. And I don't know if I would consider that love, me personally.
Yeah.
So like if you're someone who's questioning that and you're in a relationship right now,
figure that out. Dive into
call
that.
Your therapist,
Unpack
baby.
that.
No.
Unpack that.
Unpack it though,
really,
for real.
Yeah.
Because if you feel really stifled and really limited to like who you can be and how you can show up. And obviously like in a relationship, you have to consider the other person. You have to be mindful of what you're doing. Like if I'm a wife, I'm going to move as a wife. I'm going to consider my husband.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that I should change who I am. It just means that I should have my actions reflect our union.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like if you really don't know who you are in a relationship, you only know yourself with this person, then I wonder how much this person loves you and allows you to love yourself.
And I think too, I was 19
when you met him.
When I met him. And you're young. Like I was basically like growing into my adulthood with this person.
With him.
So I think in that sense too, like it is kind of hard to like figure out who you are because you are in this, relationship, and
you're still figuring out who you are individually.
Yes. So I had to give
of
myself a little grace, and especially for people who you've been with someone for so long and all you do know is yourself in that relationship, give yourself grace, because that's normal. But if you don't know who you are, also kind of lean into that. And you don't have to break up with your partner. I mean, if it's toxic, definitely do that. But if you are in this relationship that's so great and you still kind of feel dang, who am I? Who would I be without this person? You also should never feel like you can't live without someone. And I feel like I felt that way for so long. And that's why I stayed for so long, because I couldn't imagine my life without this person, because I've built this whole idea in my head. But once you let that go and you realize no, I can be by myself, I'll be good. I think just lean into that and be who am I? Okay, let me figure that out. It may help your relationship grow even stronger. It may help you realize you shouldn't be in this relationship. So I think that's what I also had to do.
No, I'm proud of you. And you make a really good point. I'm not saying if you don't know yourself, don't be with someone. Because if you watch on a previous episode, the episode that I talk about grief, I talk about how loving yourself and loving someone else is to attend 1,000 funerals for the same person. You will change and evolve. Who I was a few months ago, like I said, is not the person that I am today. So it doesn't mean that you can't be in a relationship and not know yourself. What I'm saying is, if you are to a point where you genuinely do not know who you are and who you are without this person.
To your core. What is your purpose? I mean, we all don't really know. We're still trying to figure out our purpose, but if you're sitting there and being okay, if I were to leave, what would I do with my life? How would I feel? How would I act? Who would I be? That's what you should figure out, you know?
And to me, it's more if you only know who the person tells you are versus if you know yourself is a very different thing. If you feel like you're constantly in conflict with I feel like I know myself, but this is not who this person wants me to be, that's where I'm telling you this is a red flag. Hone into that, figure out what that is, have a conversation with them, whatever. But I feel like you really did a lot of reflection, but you also grew up with this person. And it helps mold you in a way. You grow up together. And you're finding out interests together, etc. And I feel like the same thing for me for a short period of my younger years, because I was in a relationship from when I was 19 to when I was, not 19, 17 till when I was 20. And your first few years of college, and we did long distance, and that was I mirrored so much of my life, my interests, etc. around the man I was dating. And then I broke up with him. Granted, circumstances led me to breaking up with him. It wasn't an easy decision, but, and I sincerely loved him. He was my first love for sure. But I was young and I thought that I knew what I liked. And then I step out of this relationship. I'm I don't know anything about what I like. I started to get new experiences with different men. And I was wait, this is so much respectfully, this is so much better in different aspects. Not even the things that he would do for me. It's just oh, the mindset or how they treated me. There was a person that I was in a situationship, which is embarrassing to say, but it's the truth. My truth is my truth. I was on and off with this man for 2 years and some change. And we had stints of not talking. We would go months without talking, and then we'd come back. And I was in a situation where we had this crazy powerful connection. And we had this really good chemistry, and our personalities went so well together, etc. But he wasn't able to commit to me. Granted, the reasons for not being able to commit, there's a few of them, and some were very understandable. And others I was put your big boy pants on. But at the end of the day, he wasn't. And sometimes you hold on to the potential of a situation and not the actuality of it. and I saw for a long time, like, who we could be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if he were to listen to this now, I think he would actually, like, agree with me
Yeah.
and say that us two together
Mm-hmm.
actually had so much potential to, like, make a really good partnership.
Yeah.
And I think he would agree.
Yeah.
But there was too many things
Mm-hmm.
that we could not get figured out to actually, like, make it work.
Yeah.
But I was so obsessed with the idea
Mm-hmm.
of, like, oh, if we did make it work, if we did commit to this, if we were, like, doing this for real, like, it would be amazing.
Yeah.
But that's just not the truth, though.
No, because you're living the reality of it.
Yeah.
You know, like, you're already, like, you know what it is, but you
Mhm.
want to convince yourself, like, no, but this is what it could be, and we could get there.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to give it time.
Mm-hmm. But how much
But
time?
Time is money.
Time is money. No, but, like, for real, how much
Yeah.
time?
Because, like, life is short. Like,
And I get some people some things do take time.
some things do.
I've learned this. Like, some things do take time. Like, really strong, good relationships are actually, like, a slow burn.
Yeah.
And I've learned that. But, baby, we've been burning for 2 years. And you ain't commit to me yet.
Yeah.
So what's up? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. And when there's, like, repetitive patterns and actions that are just continuously showing you, like,
The words and the actions, they not matching.
they're not matching.
I heard this advice. I can't even remember who I heard it from, but it's so good. And it was like, if a man were to go mute, would his actions show you if he likes you, if he wants to be with you?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, a lot of the time, especially as women, because men know this about women, women love what we hear.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hear that you love me. I want to hear that you adore me. We love that. That's just, like, how we're built.
Yeah.
Because you see how much we do it for each other. And so men know this, and unfortunately, a lot use that to their advantage. They'll tell you the things that you want to hear, but their actions won't align. But because we're so heart forward, women have this really cool way of being like, I can see what you're doing, but I can hear what you're saying, and I'm going to try and put the two together. But men don't do that as much.
No.
And not trying to say, like, all men do things one way and all women do things another way. Chill. Okay.
Don't come for us.
Yeah. But for the most part, there's truth in that. And I feel like if I'm not seeing you do the things that you say you're going to do now, in the past, I would have let shit slide. I'd be like, oh, but he's, like, saying this, so, like, I want to give him the chance to, like, figure it out. But now I'm like, if those words and actions not aligning off rip, done. I don't even have time for it.
My love language, my first one used to be
tell us.
Words of
Used to be.
affirmation. Used to be.
Oh.
Used to be words of affirmation. If I didn't hear I love you, if I didn't hear all these, if I didn't get a paragraph, if I didn't
Same.
I was like, oh my God.
He don't love
He
me
don't
for
love-
real. Do you love me for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I get the
ick.
Like, you don't
Bad.
need to tell me, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Nothing.
I don't wanna
do
hear
not
it.
love bomb me. One, because
Ooh.
men love to love bomb.
Love
Not
to
all
do
of them, but a lot of them do, because they have nothing to show for.
Where your actions, baby.
Yeah, because they think words are so powerful, which they are. But also, like, you can say all these things. If you're not showing me, I don't care.
I literally don't
Don't tell me what you're going to do. Stop talking.
Just-
Literally, sometimes I want to be like, just stop talking, please. Please, just do it. Just show
do
me.
it.
Just do what you want to do.
Oh, I
Like,
wanted to ask you on a date.
I
but
wanted us to
boy,
go here.
Why didn't you do it?
God.
Why didn't you do it?
Right.
Do it then.
So, yeah, no.
Yeah, love bombing is a big no for me.
No.
Like, and I feel like I've gotten really good at seeing the signs really early on now.
Same.
And we both have.
Yeah.
Like, last night we're sitting down having a conversation about this man. And, like, we're talking about just, like, the things that he's texting her or whatever. And both of us, in that moment, we're both like, red flag.
Yeah.
Like, too much too early on. And, like, this literally just happened to me recently. Just, like, too much too early on.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, and we talk about this a lot, you don't know me.
Yeah.
You literally do not know me.
Yeah.
You think I'm pretty. And you think the idea of me is great. So you're going to tell me everything you want to hear because you want to have me, but you do not want to know me. And if you don't want to know me, I want absolutely nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Like literally nothing.
Because how are you calling me your wife? You don't know I could be a serial killer.
I mean, you not, but.
I know. But like.
But you could be. What if I was batshit?
It's first date and you're. Wrap it up. You are my wife. Like, don't do that. Come on. Like, we are grown.
Grow up.
We are grown. Don't love bomb me.
Yeah.
Because love bombing is very dangerous and people don't even realize, like, when you are in a relationship that's so toxic, you go through this cycle, right? So something happens, something really bad happens, and then you guys are like down here, you're rock bottom, and then you love bomb your way out of it, and then something bad happens, and then boom, rock bottom again, love bomb your way out of it. That's a very toxic cycle.
Yep.
To where you then, when something bad happens, you're expecting that love bombing, that you just keep continuing the cycle. Because you know it's going to get really, really, really good, and then it's going to drop back down and then get really, really good. So love bombing is very scary.
It is.
And that's why I'm like...
It is. Stay away from me, for the love of God. Please. But I feel like it's almost... The way that you described it is literally how people also describe drug addiction.
It is.
Literally.
My therapist literally told me this.
I'm a therapist. No, I'm not. I'm not, please. People be commenting like, are you, like, you can't say this, you're not a therapist. I'm like, I never said I was a therapist. No. But no, for real, I'm really not a therapist. But
no.
It's true though, like, it's like drugs. Like, you go through sobriety and you go through withdrawals. Like, something bad happens, you've like fully stopped doing it, whatever, you go through all these withdrawals, and then all of a sudden you get that tiny little fix and it like lights you back up again. And then you go through another stage of withdrawals and then you get that fix again and it lights you back up again. So it's like, it's literally the same thing.
It's a really bad cycle.
And we've both been through this. Like, we've both been through this in past relationships, and we've both dealt with a lot of toxicity, honestly. But I'm proud of us for getting to the point that we're at now, because we just don't tolerate it anymore. And I feel like that's just normal. Like, life, you have to go through like messy relationships. The people who are like very fortunate to have found their partner so early on, and like they stay with them and they go through all the phases of life with them, like that is so beautiful. And like, I'm so like happy for you, and like I applaud you, because that's so rare nowadays. And I feel like life and partnership, no, it's literally just that. It's partnership. It's like a decision to go through you're on the same good, team. Bad, ugly together. And I feel like this generation, we're so quick to be like, I don't like this, I don't like that, I'm out. Yeah. And it can be the most minute things, but it's because we think that we have all these options. And that's the problem with like social media, is like we think that there's just like endless options out there. But like, if we didn't have social media and like you grew up in the same town, like you would only know really the people around you. Yeah. And you would start to value the things that you have more, because you don't have them in abundance. Like, it's wild to me that people will go through something with their partners and the first thing they do is go DM a bunch of people. Yes. And like go like Instagram. A bunch of, and I'm like, it's so sad. Your ego is so hungry and you are doing everything to feed it. When in reality, if you just like planted, sowed, and watered the one person that's sitting right in front of you, they could feed you for a lifetime. But you're trying to get all these little snacks.
The grass is not greener on the other side.
It ain't. Sometimes it is.
Sometimes, but it's greener where you water it.
For sure. For sure. Obviously, we've talked about like whatever. The things that we don't like in relationships and them being tough. But we also have to talk about like what we want. Yeah. And I feel like it's so funny because I get really hesitant to share what I want in a man.
Oh, I don't.
Oh.
I am like, this is what I want.
Period. You want me to tell you why I get hesitant?
Why?
Because I'm scared that somebody's going to literally build a playbook of how to get me and not actually be that man. I'm terrified of that.
Very scary.
So like, I don't give every detail of what I want in a man until I really know a man. Because I've literally had men ask me in the beginning, like, what do you want out of a man, blah, 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 blah. And they show up like that for 3 months. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, well, now I got
the truth comes out. Yeah, always.
And so then they go back, then they turn into who they really are.
It really
not
takes.
who they think that it would take for them to bag me. You know what I'm saying? So like we could talk about it, but for my own safety.
I've never looked at it that way, to be honest. But that's very scary, and it's true.
People do it.
Yeah.
It's been done to me.
Yeah.
So like I just have to, for my own safety, I'm not going to share everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because my husband will take the time to really learn. And truthfully, my husband will just be these things. Some of them.
Yeah.
Some things I might have to little molds, but he gonna have to mold me too. It's a partnership.
Yeah.
But, okay. Top few things that are like very important to you.
Okay. So you actually told me to do this a long time ago.
I did? I don't remember.
Yes. You were like, write down everything you want your husband to be.
Oh, yeah.
It can be unrealistic. It can be like whatever, because it's for me. It's not for anyone. But write it down. Like manifest it.
Because how will you know, for real?
Yeah.
How will you know if he's your husband if you don't know what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Like you have to write down, like, and this is for anybody. Like if you're a man watching this, if you are a person watching this and you are looking for partnership, like how will you know if they're sitting right in front of you?
Yeah.
If you don't actually take the time to like outline the things that you would want them to be. So,
like literally pen to paper, write it down.
Write it down. I'm glad you did it. Okay,
yeah.
So tell us like.
And I've been told like my things are unrealistic, and that's fine to people. Like it won't be, because my husband will be that person. I just, you know. So top, first one, a man of God, like.
For sure.
I don't know. I feel like our relationship is very strong because like God is very much in the center of it. And like, that's what I want in my relationship, you know? And it's crazy because I feel like a lot of the things that I want, I get out of my relationship with you.
I know.
And that's what also makes it really hard.
We can't do that though.
I know.
We can't do that though. Like we can't expect a man to be each other in man form, because I do think and put you as a man.
Perfect.
I tell her all the time, I'm like, it's so ghetto that we're straight.
Oh
like
my
it is
God,
so ghetto that we're
makes
straight.
Life very hard.
So hard. Like there's sometimes I'm like, I wish I was gay. Because I'm like, I would marry you in a heartbeat. But
no.
Unfortunately.
Sorry.
I like men. So.
A lot.
I'm like, y'all, I love y'all. I do. I love men. Like, I really, and that's the thing too, is like, I think because people think that I'm so on this like women empowerment kick, that it means that I don't also love men.
Yeah.
Two truths can coexist. Like there are such good men out there, and I love
my God.
them.
Yeah.
And I love them. Like some of my best guy friends.
Yes.
One of them is on the pod. Like love them. But I also support women's rights and wrongs. Like I love women. So nonetheless, yes. I mean, it's hard because I think for us, we have such a good relationship that we like hold people to the standard of what our relationship is. But I do think that God gave us this relationship to be uniquely itself.
For sure.
And like he will give us our husbands to fill the gaps that you and I haven't even thought of that need to be filled, that we can't do for each other. Yeah. So like, don't hold men to the standard of me.
Yeah.
Thoughtfulness.
For sure.
We could hold them to that standard.
Yes.
For sure.
Because we are very considerate people.
Very.
I cannot be with someone who is not considerate. The highest form of love, and I will say this, put this on my gravestone.
Oh, I will.
The highest form of love is consideration. If you don't consider me in your thoughts, in your actions every day, I'm good.
Because
Because what are we doing?
Yeah.
I'm not going to just, yes, we have.
Well, and you're considering them.
Yes, I'm considering you every day.
Why am I wrong to ask you to do something that I would do for you?
Yes.
Why am I wrong for that? Like, if I would do it myself, if I know myself and I would do it myself, I absolutely can expect that from you because I'm giving it.
Yes. And also, like you said, like I can't hold a man to the standard of like how considerate I am because like I go above and beyond. I'm just that type. It's just like in me, you know? Some people,
There's levels.
there's levels to it. Yes.
Mm-hmm. But
if you don't even get to level 1,
yeah, then
goodbye.
to that point, I'm not saying that like a man has to think exactly how I think.
Right. No.
I'm not saying you have to consider me exactly how I consider you.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is how you show up needs to show me that you are thinking about me and your decisions and that you're thinking about how they'll impact me too.
Period.
That's all I'm saying.
That's it.
Okay, consideration, man of God. What else?
An honest man. Here's the thing. I am not your mom. I am not your parent.
So ain't.
We are grown
Adults.
Why do you need to lie? I'm not going to punish you. I'm not putting you in timeout. Why do you need to lie? A man of honor and a man of his word, a man that is truthful and honest, that's what I need. If you are lying to me about the smallest thing.
What else could you lie about?
What? Yeah, like women and men. I'm not going to just come for men. Both.
I just don't do liars.
Yeah, lying is so crazy because why are we lying about the dumbest things?
Yeah.
Just be real. Just be real. It's okay. Like, I'm a very understanding person.
Very. I can attest to that.
So to lie
is
crazy.
Crazy work.
I want to do it.
What lying tells me, people who lie are scared of something.
You're not honest with yourself.
Yeah. But you're scared of something.
Yeah.
You're scared of what the outcome could be. You're scared of what people will receive you as. You're scared of what the truth is. You lie because you're scared.
What are you scared of? Figure that out.
At this grown age, if you can't stand on your own 2 feet and stand behind your decisions because you're scared of something, then you're just not the person for me.
Yeah. Like,
friend, man, period.
Like if you want to do something that you think I'm not going to like or, stand on it. Like, we'll talk about it. We'll come to an understanding.
Or
now,
don't
if we
do it.
can't, right. If we can, it's something crazy, like, then that's on you. Like,
for sure.
You should not be doing that then.
If that's really how you feel, and this is how I feel, give me the choice.
Yes.
To decide how I want to move.
Right.
Don't take the choice away from me because you're scared of losing me. Or like, don't take the choice away from me because you're scared of what the outcome is.
You're selfish. You're not considerate.
You're selfish. You're not.
Let's go back to that.
Clock it.
That's a couple of my things.
Yeah.
What about you?
I put like integrity at the top of everything.
Yeah.
What you do behind closed doors, who you are behind closed doors is who you are to everybody. Like, I want you to stand on your truth. I want you to be 100% authentically you.
Yeah.
And integrity is not saying you're going to do one thing and then doing another.
Oh my God.
Not lying. Yeah, ick.
That ick.
Like, not being honest, not being truthful, not being mindful, not being careful. Like, integrity is being honest with yourself, being honest with the people around you, sticking to your word. Like, that's integrity to me.
Yeah.
I personally need a really smart man. If a man can teach me something, if I can have a fluid conversation with you, because I'd be all over the place. Like,
all
my brain is
this way, that way, this way, that way.
all over the place.
Yeah.
But also, it's like all those places are very deep. Like, I am not
very deep person.
I am not a surface level girl.
No.
And like,
having a surface level conversation with you would be so painful.
So painful. I just don't have
painful to watch.
I just don't have them. Like, I am someone who, I am a deep person and I will never in my life. There was a time that I apologized for that I felt like it was too much, that I felt like I shouldn't take all this stuff as deeply as I do because people are like, oh, it's not that deep. No, baby, it is. This life shit is real. Like, we are so lucky to get the 24 hours that we get. Like, the fact that you opened your eyes and woke up this morning, you may not get that tomorrow. So yes, it is deep to me. Like, life is not just going through the motions. It's not tapping on a screen. It's not whatever. Like, it's actually shit is deep. And if you're not a deep person, that's fine. you're just not for me.
Yeah, there's no
And
connection.
I'm not going to change the fact that I am a really deep person. I do look at things deeply. I
Mm-hmm.
love deeply. I think deeply. I move with intention deeply. Like, that's just who I am.
Yeah.
And if you can't get to depths with me, if you are not smart enough to get to depths with me, if you can't have a conversation with me where you challenge my way of thinking, then, because I love being challenged. I'm a challenger. Like, I challenge people all the time. I'm like, I don't agree with your opinion. And I want that. Like, I want someone to be like, no, I actually don't like your mindset on that. And I will say my ex, I respect him for this because he used to like do, my most recent ex.
Yeah.
He used to do this. Like, he would be like, I don't agree with you. But in a very kind way.
Yeah.
Like, and I personally, I want a man who's like that. Like, I want you to like build me up. I don't want to feel like I got to build you up all the time.
Yeah.
And like, I'm naturally a caregiver. And my issue in relationships in the past is I've like dealt with men that I pour so much into and they barely pour anything back into me. And now I'm your mom.
Yes.
And baby, I'm not trying to adopt nobody. I don't want no kids. I do want kids eventually, but I want a grown kid that I look like. So I think it's just like intelligence, depth, and also I love a kind man.
Oh, please.
I love a kind man.
Like a good, genuine
open a
soul.
door for me. Like make me feel like I am a woman. Like, don't make me feel like I have to do all this stuff on my own. I already am that way.
Yeah.
So like a man who shows me like, I will lead you in kindness. I don't like the like dictatorship type of leadership. I don't like the controlling type of leadership. Of course, be stern sometimes. I like that.
Oh.
But I love a kind man. Like,
yes.
I'm such a black cat. I need a golden retriever. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I need a man who's like, Bookie, I'll do that for you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Like, you need the trash taken out? I'm going to do that.
Yes.
You need me to go pick up your laundry? I'm going to do that. You need, like, I just love a man who wants to take care of a woman.
Consideration.
Considerate, but also like hot take, but like the whole 50-50 mindset is not really for me, but I'm going to tell you why. I'm not looking at it from a financial perspective.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it from a relationship role perspective. As a man, I want you to be the protector and provider.
100%.
Shoot me. I don't care.
Yeah.
I am all for women empowerment.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest advocate for women. I would consider myself a version of a feminist. Feminism has a few definitions now and some I don't agree with. But like, I'm very much like, I support women being independent.
Yeah.
But I also want a man to do what a man should do, in my opinion, which is love on his woman, take care of his woman so she can give back to him tenfold. Because that's what women do. You give us sperm, we give you life. You give us house, we give you a home. So like, you give to me, I will give back to you tenfold. But you have to like be that type of man.
Yeah.
And that's so important to me. That's one of those things though, you can't fake the funk.
No.
I could say this on this and a man can't use this against me because I could tell off the bat if a man is a genuine, loving man who really thinks that like a woman should be honored.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I think the whole 50-50 thing gets very
muddy.
Very, very. Because let's say we are going 50-50, right? So I'm going to come home. I'm going to go to work, come home, cook, clean, take care of all the household things.
And you want me to have kids?
And you want me to have kids and take care of the kids. But a lot of men just go to work, come home, go in their little den, whatever, play their video games if that's what they do whatever they want to do, how they decompress. That's not 50-50.
No. It's not. And my thing is like, and this is also kind of a hot take, so like bear with me here, to think that life does not have seasons and to be so committed to this idea of I won't be 50-50.
Yeah.
You are not thinking about what life can really throw at you.
Because it's not
there
always...
may be a time that you will have to pick up the slack for your man.
Yes.
There may be a time that happens. There may be a time where you're both entrepreneurs and his business has issues. And for a few years, like he's in the hole, but you're doing great. Life is about ebbs and flows. And so the whole idea of like a man has to fully financially take care of me forever, I just don't think is true partnership. I do think that like if you don't want to go 50-50 your whole life, you shouldn't have to. No. For sure. But I'm just saying if you get into something with someone, you want to be really mindful about like, okay, in a few years down the road, if something happens and like I need to take care of him for a minute and he can't provide for us, am I okay with that? And it's like, you want to be able to say yes if the partner's truly the right partner for you.
100%.
So that's why like the 50-50 thing, I'm like, there's just so many caveats to that. Granted, like to your point, if you want me to be a mother, if you want me to take care of the household, but I'm also working the same hours of the day that you are, then baby, I'm working 2 jobs. I'm working multiple jobs.
Because so motherhood is a full-time job.
You have to recognize the fact that like we're not built equally. Like those whole 9 months, every single day I'm feeling the impact of this. I guess for me, that's just another thing is like if you want children, you have to want to be a father.
Because that goes back to your point of the whole 50-50 thing. Like it's not always going to be, you're not always going to be here together. Someone's going to be up here, someone's going to be down here, and vice versa. And you have to step up whenever that person is down and like be there for them and take on the role and help and support them.
People have always like, because we talked about this last night, because you definitely want kids. When I was younger, I said I didn't. Then I was like, no, I do. And now I'm at a point where I'm like, I would love to have children if I have the right partner.
Yeah.
If I meet the absolute love of my life and he is everything that I want my husband to be, but he tells me I don't want to be a dad, I would be okay with it.
See, that's so hard for me.
That's a non-negotiable for you.
Yeah.
That's negotiable for me.
Yeah.
If I meet this person and he is like truly everything and I could see myself spending the rest of my life with him. Because you have to think, spending the rest of your life with someone, I'm talking we're 80, I'm wearing diapers and you're just wiping my ass for real. Like,
come on, what?
That's real though.
90. Come on.
90.
100. You're still gonna be running around at 80.
I'm gonna be 80 lifting weights still. Don't play with me. I'm gonna be in there doing Pilates. But I mean, when I'm older, like I'm really thinking about, I've watched my grandparents age and how much they loved each other in age. And like, if I'm making a commitment to somebody for my life, I am thinking for my life.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful thing to have partnership for life. So like for me, if that partner is like, I just don't want to be a dad. Yeah. But I know in my heart that that's my partner, I think I'd be okay with it.
You never know. That could change over time.
It might. So, it's changed. It's already changed.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
So that's a thing for me, just because I've dealt with a lot of pain from a broken household. And that's just not something that I'm ever going to be okay with duplicating. So like, if I have a man who I really can see being a father and like truly being a dad, then I would absolutely bless him, bless us, bless our union, bless our family by bringing a child into this world. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. But if I can't see that, it doesn't mean I don't deserve love. No. And partnership. But we have to be realistic about where times are. Like,
times are scary because a lot of people, I feel like in this generation, don't believe in marriage. They're like, for what? We're together. We live in this house. Like, what's the point? I guess marriage is what you view it to be, you know?
I disagree.
Oh, let's hear it.
Marriage is a commitment to a union and a partnership for your life through sickness and health.
But some people don't view it that way.
Then you have a partnership. You don't have a marriage. Yeah. You can get married on paper. Yeah. But like, to me, the actual like purpose of a marriage is those vows through sickness and in health. Till death do us part. Yeah. Otherwise, you have a partnership and like, okay, yeah, legally you can get married for tax breaks or whatever. And like, that makes sense for you. But to me, that's not like the true definition of marriage. Yes. You may be married on paper. Yes. Yes. But that's not the true definition of marriage, I guess. So like, and whatever, like some people's partnerships and things work for them. Now, I think that there's obviously like nuances to how certain relationships work. Some people are okay with polygamy and, you know, whatever. And that's for them. And I accept you and I can respect that, like, those are the decisions that you make.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm a monogamous girly.
So for me.
Would you say that you're, like, open right now to dating and meeting someone, or would you say that you're yeah,
It's hard.
mm.
Because I am. I mean, I'm 28. I eventually want to get married, have kids. I want 4 kids. I need to get this thing going. But I know, it's crazy.
I'm like, ooh,
But I'm also just, I'm so content with where I am in life that I'm like, am I ready for that? Am I ready to step into that phase of life? I don't think so.
Yeah.
At this moment.
I think you'd get ready if the right person came around.
If the right person came around, 10,000%.
Yeah. So you're not closed off.
I'm not
but
closed
you're not
off.
actively seeking it either.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm not really out there like looking. If it comes to me, like, okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the whole practicing dating thing. Like, we got to practice. Because how are we going to know?
You trying to date us?
Bookie, let me know.
Let me know. My DMs are open.
Please.
I'm just kidding. I mean, nowadays it's like people be like, oh, I don't want to like meet people on social media. Well, I don't know how the hell else we gonna meet people.
Because we're in the house.
But I am such a like in-person vibe type of person. Because I promise you, there are people, I'm not gonna lie, I see their social media and I'm like, I would never date you. But then like I meet them in person, I'm like, oh my God, you're so different. You know? And like, granted, I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. It's literally judging a book by its cover.
Yeah.
But I definitely like, there's like this little part of hope in me that is like, I'll meet my man like organically.
Would you ever go on a dating app?
I've been on one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've been on one.
Yeah.
Just that one.
How'd you like it?
I'm not so pressed on finding my husband right now. So to me, some of the people I meet are just cool people.
Yeah.
And like, I make friends with men easily.
Yeah.
So like, to me, I actually didn't mind it because I'm like, okay, well, if this is not like a romantic interest, it could be somebody that's still just like cool to know. And like, you never know, like they could be a future business partner. They could be,
you never know who you meet.
But would I go on any of the other apps? No.
Yeah.
Only that one. But I'm not on it right now.
Yeah.
I haven't been on it in months. But it's also because I'm like, I'm not really like seeking that right now.
Yeah.
I know you wouldn't.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because I just know you and I know you wouldn't go on it.
I don't know.
Would you go on the one that I went on?
No.
Why?
I don't know. It's just...
Is a certain type of person on there?
There's just like a
stigma.
There's a stigma.
There's a stigma with everything.
I know, but there's a certain type of person that I just like don't want to attract, I guess. I mean, I guess even in day-to-day life that can still happen. But
could there be a diamond in the rough?
I wouldn't say never.
Yeah, just never say never.
Never say never. Just currently not.
Yeah, currently not.
On it.
Currently not on it. Yeah, I mean, my thing is like, it's just the way of the world now.
Yeah.
And that's the reality of it.
Where are you guys meeting people? Tell us. Where do we need to go?
Yeah. Oh, question.
Yes?
How do we feel about DMing men first?
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Period.
Shoot your shot. You never know.
She was gonna shoot.
I do have one question, though. Can we talk about this for a second?
Sure.
Because Instagram's a very interesting platform.
It is.
And, like, getting people's attention is, like, liking their photos and doing that. When a man does that, is that an ick for you, or are you, like, vibing with that?
If he likes my pictures?
If he's, like, liking your photos, no DM, nothing, just liking your photos.
I just ignore it.
Yeah.
Personally.
Because what are we doing?
Yeah. I don't do the whole like back and forth liking thing.
Because we're grown.
And
like, just DM me.
Well, and my thing is like, if you're liking my pictures to feel out a vibe, to see if I'll like some of yours back, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
But I also feel like sometimes that comes from a place of like fear of rejection.
Mm.
And if you're a man who's like too scared to just message me, then like I don't really vibe with that.
Yeah.
Not saying like liking photos is wrong.
No.
But yeah, it's a little icky to me.
It's a little icky to me.
Just a little icky. It's icky to
like
you.
if it's icky to me. Like if you want to find out something, just DM me.
Just DM me.
That's all.
Yeah, I agree. If a man likes a bunch of my pictures but doesn't follow me and doesn't DM me, I feel like you have a girl.
Yeah, you're hiding something for sure.
Like that's just like my initial reaction.
Yeah.
Like if you don't at least follow me and like a few things just to like feel out the vibe, you got a girl. You're not trying to let people know that like, and I'm like, and my husband gonna stand 10 toes.
Yeah.
If you want me, you're gonna pursue me. I think that's another thing. Men have stopped pursuing women.
Yes.
Granted, to be fair, some women have made it really easy to not pursue.
Yes, I agree.
You see what I'm saying?
I agree.
I feel like some men feel like they don't have to work as hard, and the truth is sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Okay? But I want to be pursued.
Yes.
Me. So the type of man that I want will pursue me. So I don't know about the whole liking thing. It's whatever.
It's a little icky.
It's a little icky to me. I'm not doing the like back.
No.
That I'll tell you.
No.
No. Stop liking my stories. Just say you want to marry me.
Just say it. Just
say you want to marry me.
Message.
But I feel like we're both on this journey.
Yeah.
We're gonna branch out.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and date more.
Our husbands are out there.
They are. I believe that.
For sure.
I like 100% believe that he's somewhere waiting for me. I don't know what he's doing.
He's healing himself.
I hope he's healing. I hope he's in therapy.
Please.
I hope he's
becoming
on his yacht somewhere. I'm just playing. Y'all have to know me a joke, okay?
She's not kidding.
It would be dope. I mean, I love a good boat ride. Let me drive the boat. No, but I know he's out there.
Yeah.
I know he's out there because I firmly believe God did not create hearts like ours without hearts to match.
Period.
I mean, if I could find you in this lifetime, I could find my husband in this lifetime.
Exactly.
So, anything else you want to say to the people?
I mean, I think we did that.
We did. We did.
We gave him some information.
As men behind the camera, what do we think?
Y'all are crazy.
It was solid.
Valid.
Y'all opened up my eyes for sure.
Ooh.
He's gonna find his wife.
See, you might find your wife after this if you haven't found her yet. But I always like male perspective because men honestly have really dope perspective, and I love learning from them too. So if you're a man watching this, thanks for tuning in and hearing a woman's thoughts. Hopefully you can take some nuggets away. I believe that you are a high value, high caliber woman, and you deserve.
I believe you are the same.
And I believe that you deserve a high value, high caliber man.
100%.
And we will not take ourselves off that top shelf, baby.
No.
So won't. So if you're a single woman listening to this, we're on this journey with you. I hope you got some nuggets that you could take away. If you are a woman in a relationship, thanks for listening, because you're probably like, I found my man. I don't need to listen to these girls talk about
Good luck
whatever.
to them.
They're like, these streets are ugly. I feel bad for these women. I feel bad for us too.
Yeah.
No, but thank you for tuning in. Do all the things like comment, subscribe, whatever. Support us, support your girls. Make sure that you follow Nat. I'm going to tag her right here. And then make sure that you tune in next week. But today, the B is for bold.
Bold.
Being bold in who we are. Being bold as the women we are. Being
in what we
bold
want.
in what we want.
Not settling.
Standing on business. And that's that on that.
Yes.
All right, y'all. See you next week. Bye.